Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your chef from guruscooking.in with Aloo Paratha Masaledaar. Please make a note of the ingredients. Aloo Paratha you must have had a lot of times, but I'm making it this time Masaledaar. Masaledaar means with a lot of spices. So what is so special about this recipe? Usually in Aloo Parathas, for the filling we boil potatoes along with a few spices and then make a dough out of it. But in this, I'm gonna make potatoes by boiling them, but this time I'll also fry them along with spices. So it's gonna be more interesting. Come, let's enjoy. First we'll take potatoes for boiling. This large size potatoes we don't need. We need these size potatoes which are medium sized. I'll take 7 of these and boil them in a pressure cooker for 4 whistles. So let's add them to the pressure cooker and then add water. Please don't add too much water, just enough water to submerge the potatoes. Now put the lid and wait for 4 whistles. In the meanwhile, we'll prepare our dough. For preparing the dough, I've taken a bowl to which we'll be adding half a kilo of wheat flour or atta, 1 teaspoon of salt for seasoning and mix up. Now we'll add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil and 400 milliliters of water. I wouldn't be adding all the water at once. I'll be adding it gradually as I need it, so that if the water is less, I can add more later on if required. But if the water I've added is more, then I can't do anything, isn't it? So add water little by little. Tip number 2 is that when you knead the dough, observe my hands. I'm using very gentle fingers in the beginning, and then when it comes to the end, I'm using my fingers to be stiff enough to prepare the dough. We'll now cover this with a damp cloth, a cloth which is slightly wet, and keep it for 15 minutes. Until then, our potatoes are almost ready. I was waiting for the 4th whistle, and the 4th whistle has executed. We'll now put off the flame and wait for the steam to escape. Once the steam escapes in the next 5 minutes, we'll extract the potatoes, peel off their skins, and this is what we have. Come, let's mash these potatoes to prepare our potato mixture. I've taken a cooking pot, and in this, which is a small tempering pan, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds. Within less than 15 seconds, it'll be done. You can smell the aroma in the air, and that is how you'll know it is done. Please don't wait for any color to change. Color doesn't change much. We'll add this to a mortar, and using a pestle, we'll grind it gently to receive something like this. Please keep it aside, we'll use it later on. Now take a cooking pot and cooking at a low flame, add 2 tablespoons of Desi ghee. Desi ghee is also called clarified butter. Remember, we are cooking at a low flame. When the ghee melts and the oil is now hot enough, we'll be adding to this ginger and green chilies finely chopped. Saute this along for a minute. And then you'll be adding those boiled potatoes that you had mashed. Now you can increase the flame slightly from low to medium. Remember friends, these potatoes have already been boiled, so we don't have to cook them for a long time. If there are any big lumps, we can crush them. We'll add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of red chilli powder and give it a good mix. Remember, we have kept our dough to rest for 15 minutes. In these 15 minutes, the dough is becoming softer because it is releasing gluten. It's time for us to add a few more condiments. We'll add 1 teaspoon of Anardana or pomegranate seeds powder and the coriander seeds that we had crushed. Remember? Good. So give it a good gentle mix. Now put the flame to low because we are almost done and the spices will burn. We'll add a final touch of spice. We'll add 1 teaspoon of dry mango powder or Amchoor, followed by 1 teaspoon of Garam Masala. Now give it a final mix, and now you can even put off the flame and mix up everything. We'll wait for this amazing beautiful Masaledaar mixture to come to room temperature and leave it aside. In the meanwhile, let's get back to our dough. Like I said, it's been 15 minutes. Gluten has released and it has become more soft than before. But we are not done yet. Now comes the real test of time. We will now knead this even more. I have puffed up some wheat flour dry so that it doesn't stick while I'm kneading it. And this time when you knead it with your hard hands. Don't use gentle hands like you used before. Knead it as much as you can. Fold it in. Punch it as hard as you can. The more you punch it and knead it properly, the more softer and crispy at the same time your parathas will turn out to be. So you must be wondering why I'm showing you how to knead, because kneading is an important integral aspect of preparing the most amazing parathas. Alright? Good. So grab enough dough in your hand to prepare a ball. Drop this in little dry wheat flour, and then make a hard ball out of this. Sprinkle a little wheat flour, so you may use it. Now we'll shape this into a cup size. Please make sure you don't make it too thin, it has to be slightly thick because we'll be stuffing it with the masala now. The potato masala that we prepared, use enough of it, don't be a miser, let's enjoy a lot of this. Stuff it nicely and then please fold it in like I'm showing you here. Seal the deal, there will be a little available, pull it off and throw it away. Puff off a little dust of wheat flour and now we will roll it with a rolling pin. But before you do that, please add a little wheat flour so that it doesn't stick to the bottom or to your rolling pin. Even to your rolling pin, you'll add a little wheat flour like I'm demonstrating here. Come, let's roll it, it's pretty simple. While rolling it, please lift it with your index finger and your thumb and roll your paratha in the anti-clockwise direction for 90 degrees. You may observe that the paratha will tear sometimes because we have added too much stuffing and too much filling. Don't you worry. If you add something which is going to taste good, it'll tear because too much and excess of something beautiful is always something that we love. So don't be a miser. If it tears this way, don't you worry. It'll work fine. So once you're done, puff off the dust, which is the wheat flour, by tossing it like this. And make sure before you drop it in the pan, the tawa or the pan has to be really hot. So please don't drop it on a cold pan. I'm cooking at a high flame now. For 40 seconds I'll cook. And then I'll flip it over after 40 seconds. Now I'll cook this for another 30 seconds, and in the meanwhile, we'll put Desi ghee on top of this. Please don't use Vanaspati ghee. Desi ghee rocks the Aloo Paratha. Vanaspati ghee is extracted from vegetables, and Desi ghee is an extract from milk or cream. So we'll wait for a few seconds more, like 20 seconds, and flip it over. Now please put the flame to low because your paratha will burn from the side where there is ghee very soon. So now cook it only for 20 seconds maximum at a low flame, and then flip it over once again by applying ghee at the other side like I've done. Alright ladies and gentlemen, this beautiful amazing paratha, Aloo Paratha Masaledaar is now ready. Enjoy it with curd and pickle with your family and friends. Please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also receive this recipe on your WhatsApp by sending a message with this description. Please make a note of the cooking instructions. These instructions, my friends, are also available in the description below. And like I said, if you need them on WhatsApp, do send a message on the number mentioned before. If you like my video, please hit on the like button. Do share it with your friends, and that will make my channel more successful, and I'll serve you more and more. Thank you so much. I'll drink some water. I'm tired. Thank you. Have a nice time.